It's another amazing day to capture your week with prayer. In Ezekiel 22 verse 30, I came to understand that the search for intercessors has been an age-long search. In every generation, God is looking for men that will stand in the gap for their families, for their lands, for their nations and territories. And in this generation, God is equally looking for men that will stand in the gap for their families. Yes, Christ is our chief mediator and intercessor, but God has enlisted you and I to stand in the gap for our families, for our territories, for our nation. In the previous generation, we saw how men like Moses, Isaac, Abraham, the apostles and the prophets, how they stood in the gap for their territories, for their nation and for their people. But in this generation, God is searching. He's looking for men. If God opens your eyes to see some families, to see some destinies, they are like cities without walls. You see the devil going in and out of people's destiny. See the devil taking preeminence in some families, in some destinies. Why? Because there is nobody to stand in the gap, to intercede for that family, to intercede for that destiny. God is searching for men and women that will stand in the gap in this generation to take their destinies in the hands of the enemy. You ready to stand in the gap for your family? Are you ready to stand in the gap for your territory, for your nation, for your own destiny? Are you ready to stand in the gap? Because God is searching, is looking for a man that will stand in the gap. You have been sleeping for a long time. It is time for you to wake up and take your destiny in the hands of the enemy. If you are ready to stand in the gap, if you have made up your mind to stand in the gap, it will only take you little consecration and submitting yourself to intense prayer. And as we rely on the Holy Spirit, you and I can be that one person the Lord wants to stand in the gap.